Hello, and welcome to Don't Sleep on It, a hopefully monthly series to counteract some of the negative videos that I make by highlighting some things that I think are worth checking a look.
Hey, party people! Big ups to Hill Mount High. We started at the upper middle, and now we here. But for tonight, Mikasa. I mean, you know how the rest of that goes. Whoa! We gonna live forever!
How did this all go so wrong?
Afterparty is a series that is currently available on Apple TV, and it is currently partway through its second season. Having recently binge-watched the entire first season and the first few episodes of season 2, I can comfortably say I am excited to see where this show goes. The overall premise is a Knives Out style murder mystery. It follows the steps of Knives Out so closely that it's like Rian Johnson has essentially created his own detective genre. Detective Benoit, in this case, is replaced by a policewoman played by Tiffany Haddish, and Sam Richardson steps in to take the position of plucky companion, who also happens to be a suspect. The manor house in the first season is replaced by a swanky pop star bachelor pad, and each episode is then effectively an interview of each of the suspects. As you would expect, it starts with a death, and it ends with finding the killer. Each episode is essentially a genre mashup where we see a mix of the current events as they are actually happening and the events leading up to the murder as told through the eyes of the person being interviewed. Many of the characters being larger-than-life archetypes makes for some really, really good, funny individual episodes. Some standouts being a Ben Schwartz High School Musical style episode and an Anna Konkle Wes Anderson themed episode, which was just delightful. As you can tell with the names I've mentioned so far, it's made up of very comedic actors, some very well known for improvisation, which, even though it is a detective mystery with a finely honed script that must be followed to get to the outcome, you can tell that they work very well together in the scenes. They manage to inject natural dialogue and things that would be very difficult to script. The cast and the palpable light-hearted energy that comes off the screen makes this a very easy breezy and very fun show to watch that is not, broadly speaking, supposed to be a comedy, but is very funny. However, even with the humour, the murder mystery itself is still quite compelling and has some interesting twists and turns. So don't sleep on Afterparty.
I think I may have just started a war.
Oh, hell won't like that.
Good Omens Season 2 has landed on Amazon Prime after an excruciatingly long wait. The first season was fairly good, and Season 2, story-wise, at points, it's mostly disappointing. Where it excels, and why it makes the list of Don't Sleep on It, is the chemistry between David Tennant and Martin Sheen. The writers of Season 2 have clearly watched the hit BBC show Staged, and realised that they have gold in pairing them on screen as much as possible. They have capitalised on this partnership with Sheen's plucky, chipper angel and Tennant's more straight man, not quite so bad demon, spending the vast majority of the season on screen together. And a fair amount of that screen time is also graced by Jon Hamm in a lighter, borderline comedic position. If you ignore the overall story and the clear stage setting for a third season, and just focus on the trio and their scenes together, it's a fun watch. So don't sleep on Good Omens Season 2.
All right, Evelyn, let's deliver this package. It's rude not to introduce yourself before pulling a gun on someone. Oh, this is rude.
I am as surprised as you to have to say this after the ghastly Summer Game Fest trailer, but don't sleep on Twisted Metal. The trailer did this show dirty. An out of context, not particularly funny moment that doesn't give you any of the real character of this show. The heart of the show is essentially a rom-com between two misfits trying to survive a road trip in a completely bonkers, cartoonish Mad Max world. The only problem is it takes a hot minute to get there. You do unfortunately have to grin and bear 2, maybe 3 episodes of cringeworthy, pretty bad TV, including the thong song bit. However, once Anthony Mackie and Stephanie Beatrice are firmly seatbelted in the same car, it really finds its pace, and even the more eye-roll inducing characters start to shine. Once it gets going, the show is firmly rooted in the absolutely absurd, and for reasons that I cannot fathom, it works. Look, I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. The logic makes no sense. A lot of the jokes don't land. The first couple of episodes are rough. But it's nonsensical, good fun with lashings of completely over-the-top gore and some solidly funny writing. I cannot believe that in a month where a Christopher Nolan movie came out, I am about to say another movie was my favourite for the month. But don't sleep on Barbie.
Hey, Barbie. Can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
Greta Gerwig, off the back of the fantastic Lady Bird and much more grounded Little Women, has created an incredibly sparkly, unashamedly pink gem. The movie is light, funny, affirming, has incredible performances from both Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Robbie is able to effortlessly convey a wealth of emotions, dollish or human. Gosling's performance is a comedic joy, who manages to outshine a pretty good performance from Will Ferrell as the Mattel CEO. And Michael Cera's there too. It understands the nature of Barbie as a toy, going as far as having a weird Barbie, the Barbie who got pen in their hair and has twisted limbs. And without spoiling anything, going much further, addressing that Barbie is not necessarily the amazing icon that she thinks she is. The only grievance I have is that Mattel, who are very much not a good company, have managed to have their cake and eat it with this. The movie does actively point out issues with their company, but it's certain that they will make a lot of money from this, and it has certainly refreshed Barbie for them. I've seen that the reviews are divisive, and I do like to look at reviews that are counter to my own opinion to see where maybe I was wrong. And I've read a fair amount of the hate directed at this movie. Disregarding the idiots, the majority of the negative reviews seem to miss the point, assuming that it's saying matriarchy is the way forward, patriarchy is bad. Which is completely missing the whole idea that Ken's arc is because matriarchy is just as bad as patriarchy. And completely missing the point that the movie is not about that, it's about fantasy versus reality. Or they just plain don't like fun. And I like fun. Be someone who likes fun. Give this movie a go.